Dale digs down under. I'm digging down under me shed. It's a bloody great day today, guys. I got back down into the hole. I've dug out heaps. When I was opening up the lid, the dirt was pretty much in line, bang on, with the edge of that sump hole. I've taken out all the dirt all the way back to where that seat sits. Had a nice little resting spot there. Now I've got nowhere to put me bloody feet. What I got sick of is the bloody water just coming up and pooling all over the deck. So I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, but what I've done is I've dug a really shallow trench, just getting a little bit deeper all the way around underneath that board into the sump. And then I've dug another trench from this side all the way around and back into the sump. This one's quite a bit deeper than the other one. But what happens is my sump isn't quite deep enough and it still fills up the bloody trench with water. So I plan to dig that down another 200 now, and that'll get that water level down another 200. It's getting a bit dark down here, so I do need to set up lighting because this is going to be a nightmare trying to do these videos. So I'll get that 200 deeper and that'll stop this from running. And why I did the trench as well, I should bloody get to the point, is all the water that comes into the hole is always ingressing through the walls. So if you dig a trench all the way around the outside, it's going to keep your center pad at least a little bit drier. And once I get this water actually running away and not coming up every time it fills up to the height of the deck, it will all dry out. So I'll get that dug and I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll keep progressing down the hole. So there we go. Sump's down another 200. Water's still coming up into me bloody trench because I've done the trench another 300 deeper than what it was before when you seen it. I've just got a little mound in the middle. So process will be from here, take out that center chunk, dig that down another 200, dig that down, take out the middle, dig that down, take out the middle, and we should be exactly where we got to go. I know I did repeat that a couple of times, but that's exactly what I got to do. Bloody beautiful. That sump's down another 600. So that's actually down at 2.9 meters. That is the bottom now. But then that'll have to still go another 600 just to be a sump once I'm done. That took 3 25-litre buckets. Just goes to show you the amount of compaction that's in this bloody soil. As you're pulling it out, she just fluffs right up. You don't get very far before you've filled everything. Keep digging. So, got rid of that mound in the middle now. Gonna have to dig another trench all the way around the edges. Keep that water flowing off of the center. Start digging that down again. Starting to look pretty good. Just quickly get this pumped out dry. Show you a little trick. I don't know if you know it. Take a little bit to pump this out. Keep the bloody float up, don't let it fall back down. Pump will keep all your water in the line, and you can get that last little bit out of the hole. You can dig down on that little bit there. Once you got it all dug out, all the slop into another bloody bucket, pour that water straight back in. All good, don't have to deal with it. Don't go putting your dirt in there, it's just going to turn into bloody slop. Deal with enough slop as it is if you got water in your hole. So I'll just work away a little bit in the bottom of this one. Get that loose slop out. Everything that falls in there just turns to bloody slop. You know, there's definitely one thing I'm grateful for here. I'm definitely grateful I'm not dealing with the rock that Colin had to deal with. Watching his videos again and Mate, he didn't get very far down before he hit solid bloody rock. That would have just been a nightmare. A little bit of water that I'm dealing with. It's not too much of a problem. I've only got to pump it out. Right. Make sure you keep your sump dug. And you got electricity turned on. You should be pretty bloody right, you know what I mean? Where that poor bugger, he had to break it all up. I think I'm going to hit rock pretty soon. But I've been predicting rock for a while too. You hear that crunchy? Bit of crunchiness down there. I think that's going to be rock. But pretty much only just got to dig the sump through it. That's not too bad. There we are. That's that bit of crap out of there. Drop that sucker back down the hole. Pour that water back in. Got an empty bucket now. Happy days. Really, that's not too much of a drama to work with. If it pisses down rain again for a couple of days, I'm going to be fighting the water, but as I manage to bloody lower the water table, we're pretty right to work. I'll repeat those steps again and again, and we'll keep going down. For now, thought I'd answer a few of the questions that you guys have got. I've got myself a whiteboard here and I've drawn a few things up. So let's go through a couple of your questions and show you what the plan is. First question that I'd like to address that I've been hit up with in the comments is to show a little bit more about what I plan to do with the build, and if I plan to do tunnels and stuff like that, like what Colin's been doing, and if I plan to extend underneath the shed. In my first video I showed a little 3D model of what I plan to build. This is a bit of a plan drawn out to try and explain a little bit better what I'm going to be bloody doing. So this X here is pretty much where I'm standing. And then this X here is where this whiteboard is heading back up the stairwell area. The stairwell's going to take me about probably 7.5 cube to finish off digging that bit out. But that won't be getting dug out for a while now. The original plan was to do the stairwell first. But now that I've had to cover it all up, I've changed the plan completely. So the plan will be dig all of this section out, 1.3 by 1.3, down 2.9, chuck in the sump, get that bit sorted. As soon as it is, we'll punch a hole in that form ply that's up on the wall there. Then once we punch that hole in the form ply up the top, we'll start tunneling along. That's going to be 800 wide, 2.9 metres high, 5 metres long. So that'll give us another 15 cubic metres to pull out of there, probably a bit more. And then C will be this section. That's going to give us another 12.5. And then D is this part, same deal, 12 and a bloody half. Then we'll come up this end, E, and that's going to be another ditto. So all up, I'm looking at about 52.5 cubic metres there that I looked at. But then with my totals and all of this part added in, about 60 cubic metres. This part here in the middle, once we've got all this outside dug, that will be done with an excavator. But before any of that comes out, I'll be forming up all of these walls. That'll be all just one pour all the way along there, from this edge to the other. It'll be steeled up, there'll be a blinder put in, there'll be formwork, everything will be done. There'll be 110mm core drill holes put through the existing slab, and that'll allow us to pour those walls. Same process will happen all the way around it. And then once all those walls are in place, then I'll get an excavator in with a rock hammer. We'll break up the existing slab, we'll dig out the center, pour the slab underneath, and then form up for the roof of it, which is going to be the floor of the shed, and pour that back in. So pretty much this whole section of the job, no one will see what's going on. Unless they're watching this bloody channel, of course, and then they know exactly what's going on. But it should still be a bloody stealth build. So hopefully Gregor Davidson, I've answered your question, and you'll enjoy the rest of my videos. So the next question that I had come through was from Joseph Steelen, and he was wondering if the water's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem, Joseph. It's going to be a constant struggle. Once I open up more wall faces as we go through further with the tunnel as well, I'm going to have more ingress of water. But if we do get a bit of a dry spell, this is actually settled right down and it should stay well and truly under control. But we'll see how we go, and you'll definitely see the progress along the way. And hopefully we do get a little bit of dry weather, because it'll definitely help speed things up a lot. But hope that answers your question, and definitely thanks heaps for asking. So yeah, then the next question was from a Moo Caillou, or Moo Cow. I'm not sure how to bloody pronounce your thing, but I hope I didn't butcher it up too much. You're wondering if I'm going to be doing up all the walls and everything in this section before I bloody keep going up through that wall and underneath the shed. Well, what I'll be doing is, once I get down the bottom, I'll put in a blinder, which is a bit of a concrete slab, seal it all in, and I'll run a little channel in that blinder around that edge and around there, just like I'll be doing while I'm digging the dirt. I'll channel everything into the bloody sump there. That sump is going to have proper pipe work and stuff like that put into it. It'll have PVC with bends and concreted in with a metal grate. That part there is going to help us out heaps with keeping it clean, because I can get down here, I can hose it all out. What I'll do for the walls is I'll continue with putting my form work up, and I'll use it just as shoring. Put it down here, put it down that wall. And then we're going to be cutting out this bit here. So all that bit will have to come away. Put in new props down in the corners. And then we got to dig all of that bit out. So you've got to keep going about 5 metres that way. The original plan, like I was saying before as well, was to finish off all of this staircase area. But I'll finish off all that staircase once I've done all of this perimeter digging. Because when I got the excavator in to dig out the centre bit, I think I might just scoop this bit out. Because what's going to have to happen is this is going to all have to be concreted all the way from the top to the bottom, cut out on an angle so that way I can put in all the steps. And then as soon as I got that done, I want to get a shed built around this area, put up a roof over the top of all that, link it into my existing shed, so that way I can just use that for the access. And then once we get about halfway down, I'll be leaving an opening, and then we'll be heading off in that direction towards the house. Once we get up to the house, I'm going to put in a spiral staircase. That'll give me access there. And then this part will be my staircase from inside the shed. Why I'm doing a staircase instead of a bloody ladder is when I'm 70, and I'm probably still going to be living here, I hope I'm still alive too, I don't want to be using a bloody ladder to get up and down out of me hole. It just doesn't seem right, you know. So if I've got a nice set of stairs, nice spiral staircase, I can use ladders and fireman's poles while I'm a bit younger, but I want to be able to access this forever. So I hope that answers your question, Moo. And yeah, she's looking pretty bloody impressive, I think. Have a quick look up round the corner. She's holding up perfect, eh? Yeah, I've got a bit of lighting in here. It's not the fanciest connection. She's just an extension lead, but doing the trick. I hope that was a bit of a good insight into what's going on. And yeah, we'll get back to digging, eh? She's night time now. So probably going to do just a couple of buckets before bed. It's almost 2 in the morning. I think it just went past 2. So I'm down here at stupid times. I'm stoked to have me light though. That's bloody making it great. I don't have to work with my phone anymore as a torch. Now I can do some videoing. So guys, remember, small knocks break big bloody rocks. See you next time.